7 minutes past the hour of 7 meeting at the Amansan Son for Kojo Preko Dankwah. You just join us at Kessben TV. Memoachi Emo Akwaba Saso and I will join you at 92.9. Medawase Saudi video at 92.9.
Memoachi Emo Akwaba Eba Kessben 92.9 and afeso Kessben TV Swore Kessben Maakye Sunye meeting at the Amansan Son for Kojo Preko Dankwah. And I make a choice in a day a dafo ewo wabra boom and until was around the pay ya boya wo e wie die sorry waka na fa kukudru enante nenye gidi se eye den a erade ebeye amaw and until we break through ebeba so sorry na fa wo fidie no eto 92.9 and afeso Kessben TV on DSTV channel 364 and then on Go TV channel 121 meeting at the Amansan Son for Kojo Preko Dankwah.
Nina Tete Mammy, Titu Nia Bemano, Wakacho, or see Jack will prune the Nisa, Rabida. Nina, yes, so have a hospital, but Nina, or bet if you say, Ta Pewe, Mepachoa, yan in term. Now, Ubenya, a young vision, will be back a crack. Nina, yes, so have a hospital. And you don't quite know you. Or share stroke, or share diabetes, or some share hepatitis B, or some share no maya rinsa na dokru no. Enkoye, yes, no pay your blue kiosk. Dabi. Minia, one fan enkoye so Herbal Hospital near Betia Fileniso, fibroid, cancer of all kinds, liver and upper kidney disorders, prostate disorders, candidiasis, sexual weakness, STD, bedwetting, HIV, and I face malaria. And I feel so the MBO fever pan to me one me pachoa so Herbal Hospital be in now omo lab no so the me pachoa number 1 pay fi hormone kwayo baby san fan ma o na say asa wa brebi san na ofa ha na ofa harabi a one stop shop nina so Herbal Hospital omo here from Amasama Stadium Junction hormone omo wo and from 1055 another 552953 055 another 5529253 and after to 050344944 and after to 02728591115 now when you so Herbal Hospital for ning come on my friend me Port Financial Services some country so muguswa e yom fixed deposit no I don't know yen in time way na yen for esika no nkoto ho na yen for esika no nkoto ho na yen ho ba na yen kakra nguso na de na de na de na efe so wa usika wo ho de ya adwuma na afi no usika na nkasa de da ho sika botine na de koto ne de da ho yen so mfa so nko na won saka o mpewe na afede a and to soccer 5,000 Ghana cedis. I mean, no can say now to come a bay port of what normally a fixed deposit now. 1 year, but I feel back home over 1,000 Ghana cedis as interest was sick as well. 1,000 out of 20,000 Ghana cedis. Brand, but some means pepe over 1,820 Ghana cedis. Some in country say, Menu as you chase a counterfeit of them. I'm out for triple goom. Omo imported ba no mo distributing na face omo retailing omo ye ni nyina na why e be che no me de bia me ka che wo e me gina han kan che me se aye sikasem ntia ayo hiansem ti na mane ba sa da bi o me pa chowa ye chiwa ye mfa ho nchel enti JK Industries and Investment Limited some men kan che se wo pe papa na nkasa atode a me pa chowa Brian North Industrial Area Omo Ben and also my opposite Christ Embassy Church. Ain't in Nataraj pencils, pen and mat set no. Papa would jasso. But counterfeit a bem to be when na check the original 621 Nataraj any actual home. Papa 621 fine ballpoint pens. And a mat set no so we see actual who ye pa original Nataraj. I fear JK Industries and Investment Limited for home. Enti wa pese wutu bi na koton na eye kojine na ye ton ne koyie de mentia sese nipa betena se no wanya asa adwenbone no sa wo kotwa eye counterfeit na wo de agum na wo de aba beton yenye ne sa anu ntino yenko JK Industries and Investment Limited for ho that was 053-102-6081 053-102-6081 and I said 050-322-0308 050-322-0308 na yenim komo na kofa papa ni bi na be ko yama anche medin komo adam won komo mienu meko eye cocoa board ne akwa kodi komo ye ne Jerome K Sam or your head of public affairs cocoa board ye ne bedin komo ne head across cocoa and I face the family across one on they are calling the benina ye cocoa that is saying Matisia still price no I drop it says sana te party Jack ye be head ye be and then I'm going to have engineer Kabane J. Japan, aspiring presidential candidate of the MPP. Robert Nassina for your Dean Comonia head here call. 55 minutes past the hour for yes 7 meeting area Mansan son for Kojo Preko Dankwah. Matanasi over Timinka 92.9 and our face so a Kessben TV. On Facebook a Kessben 92.9. Facebook a Kessben 92.9 on sa ebeka mi wo honom na face no o de eye o comment and na face so eye eniema o pese o kan bia no obetumi ede aba na ye de hu enkomo ye pa na afia hwe de ekọ ene de ebe nyina na afia no ye hu de ebetumi aye afa ho ene enkomo ho ye pa what is say eye the former Ghana Bar Association Rasam Okujetu eso de nano atumbi say office of the special prosecutor were failing and therefore as I say yemano eko eno hu komo yebedi ene anopay sa so na afesu no yebeko na afe yakwa hwe eye de ekoso utilities no we need to say yes aba be cost on the 1st of January na sa intumo no TUC for akasa me hu say aye other civil organizations so edi hu komo ye pa bebe na say TUC crowd o say aban mo se yebetumu dia na mo hwe aketua no so na mo so matumu bi from 1st January say na be ya yes yebetumi ama niema etumi akoyi amaye now indeed if yebetumu sa dia what really is susanso no etisen obroni be can repercussions na etisen e wo the ordinary Ghanaian na sebi yeba betua eyesa sika nyina in terms of utility pricing yeba be di hu nkomo yeba menko na mene eye minority caucus okay on energy okay so minority caucus on energy committee led by Honorable George Kwame Abuaje Oluwa MP for Asene across Manso akasa na ose ono de on peneso on foaso say a utility pricing na ye dia ba sesia no ofu say ano hyedodo enu ntino yensan enhwemu ye PRC for ensan hwemu ye yenhwa no on Kessben TV na Facebook and then on Facebook 92.9 on DSTV channel 364 and then on Go TV channel 121 and then on 92.9 yentie na fe yembra back sesia.
This will completely wipe out the meager 9% wage adjustment for 2026. Consequences: if the government does not listen to the call to withdraw the tariff hikes, they are going to cause 1. Escalating utility poverty, leaving more families unable to afford basic electricity. 2. Collapse of SMEs, which form the backbone of our economy due to unbearable operating costs. We are already experiencing a teeming unemployment youth in the country. Job losses as industries scale down or shut down operations. 4. Reduced productivity and competitiveness, further weakening the economy. And then 5. Heightened social and economic hardship, deepens the suffering of workers and households. These tariff hikes are not reforms, they are punishment. They are not solutions, they are symptoms of failed leadership and poor policy choices. We call on the government to immediately halt these incessant increases. The minority stands firmly with Ghanaian workers, households, small businesses, and industries struggling to survive. We will continue to use every legitimate parliamentary tool to demand fairness, transparency, and accountability in the management of the nation's utilities. Our position remains firm and non-negotiable. This tariff hike must be reversed immediately, and measures must be taken to protect consumers and sustain businesses. Ghanaians deserve relief, not repeated shocks. They deserve leadership, not exploitation. And we, as the minority caucus, we will continue to hold this government accountable and defend the rights of the people.
Huge commercial losses like we have put across to you. What is the strategy by government, by ECG and Co to reduce this significantly so it doesn't become a burden to be pushed over to the Ghanaian consumer? And we know the effects of high electricity tariffs. We are indicating that it has gone up by almost 30%. This is 28%. That is extremely high in terms of a year when you have this significant increase. And so when you measure it against the commercial losses, and we were even reducing it by 5% or 10% over a period of time, then you realize that a time will come when these things will be a thing of the past. But to push all these losses away and then put it on the head of the consuming public who pays for, then that we think is very unfair. It is damaging industries, it is hurting the SMEs, and that is why we, as a minority caucus, think that the Ghanaian people would have to stand up and condemn government for this tariff increment. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So we met PURC as a committee, and not just the committee, the minority leadership was part of that meeting, and including the majority leader. During that meeting, our leadership made it clear, we stated our position clearly that we were not in support of any increment at this time. Because you see, my colleagues have mentioned, they reiterated some of the reasons why we shouldn't increase tariffs at this time. One of the key reasons, if you remember, the time they were introducing the 1 cedi levy, one of the forceful arguments that they made was that our forex rates, the cedi depreciation, is part of the issues when it comes to calculation of tariffs. And because of the cedi depreciation, that's why we've incurred a lot of losses and so on. Apart from that, they don't have funds to buy fuel and all those things. So they are introducing 1 cedi levy to purchase fuel, and so that it will support the electricity sector, and then also use it to clear legacy debt. Today, we all know FX is down. So if FX as a component of the tariff, major component is down, inflation, which is also a major component, is down. Why are you increasing?
2 minutes into 8 a.m. You know, press conference and now we share now with you on 92.9 CC. I was coming from the minority caucus on energy, led by Ura George Kwame Abuaje Olua MP for Asene Akroso Manso and Ode Etu. So clearly, almost say a year increment in tariffs, and yadia ebeko ye yate say 2026 9.8% of a year. A friend is saying percentage they are 2 electricity, so and I feel to 15.92% echo ama eye ensue. Now almost for say sanema we nyina no clearly say a chassis next month next year 2026 they are attributing it to failure of leadership. Now face they feel say a punishment among the ordinary Ghanaian. And then again, small industries in our face, so other companies, and you're careful, a bit collapse. And who will come, and the burden will be on the ordinary Ghanaian. Say a beko, Niakoto Niema, and Nancy Bibino, a behadjuni yepa, and into no Yenshe, na a buy and fanity in Remubi, na Yenshe de bit to me akko. But with water, clearly, water, Ghana water, and Yen water has really transpired. But a Ghana water, and a galamsey. ene hu sunsanso na etimi bisa se sanema we nyina no a ekoso no se ama nema no atumi apejade a what are we doing as a country led by the sitting government no to help us etumi reduce this galamsey issues in the sine be ya edro any equipment yede insuo ma yen na yesu enya insuo pa enom na sesi no ebetumi ejai so that then this 15.92% na abano yebe hu kwa yebe fa so ebetumi ama enema etumi abrase again nyinam kania de is very interesting because a friend is about a boss was to say o say o the 1 cedi levy aba sin ebeboa ama petrol betumi etuane yi sa aka na fi ho now electricity force waba na omo ka kire say si almost pay increment menim de say mo meters no yen ne kofa bae amanfo omo use illegal yen ene ka so omo nkoye na mo ntumi declare mo niema mo containers koba ene sika mo de koba nyina yen ya I don't know why would that punishment be on the ordinary Ghanaian 9.8% for electricity. And also niema amount for abisa ye pa and you never have na fe ye di ho komo but I mean call asante achim to cry na fe yemra back when himself farmers day course war just about this Friday yeah and na the previous best farmer afei and na ye den abobo ya amano abobo ye mekaya last year de no ye no November 6 in the sun is ye be elections in no farmers day ye nentem na ye nentem no ye omo wini ye nyina ye do bia de ma no na esefata se do bia de ma no mejiri ye so bia nso sa eka ne de na asante achema mi de amma ye nim de ntia amma so be ko bia na yesi ni MCE ora ya kwache eni ho okonkran ye decide from November last year until this present government came into being the new MCE wo ho no odena sem ko to nanimu no ena ama ne abobo ya no ne saka no on the 5th of January time Farmers Day. This one is last year's Farmers Day award winner. Na yentie no na fe yenhwe no the happiness our de ekasa any where he is thanking yentie maame no de yenhwe no e wo Kessben TV de yemra back
maame we na 2024 o wini abobo ya wo asante achem central hanuma abobo ya no ne sanka no ena de abobo ya no ne saka ono wale to so no maame ba jawdi ne sai na edi na ba ya 2024 dey na see we really award best farmer ya ko abobo ya mame o wa ya
Okay, inti mame no and waten in Kansas no, but I'm wondering why MCE ya kwache ebetena se fi abinder dem we fa MCE wa Asante Achim. Knowing very well say Asante Achim is one of the places sebi support no ekoma wa party. Na wotena se na wotwen na wo hwe ema abobo ya ode bema best farmer want to me and farm no fiti that time ebesi sesemre na sebio meba o sesaniama we ekoswa then we come back to come and blame certain people to say that omo no mamwaye amma sebio yentumi wini power na se yentumi anye bibia na. Why do you continue to hurt yourself na muhwe a matene monsa e won krofo foforo so Ora MC ni die mu a you need to come back to come and answer why. Entia asante achim ya Farmers Day last year November 6 basis assembly ansa na NDC for abey MC Eden Abobo Yano amano. Why? It's not fair. And yet fair. Say ni ebe ne pa dia. I mean clearly yani ye kum ye ho. Say I mean no can say even if I'm doing politics with this one krana. Clearly mamia sebi ne saka na bobo ye. Omo namfofo ni fie amon no so krom baby a 5 6. Vote and a washre ama and one kasa wo party no. Vote and a washre ama wa party no. And then you come back and come and blame the top to say that omo no man ye. Now we you say ya? Oh no. MC ya kwache a woman say wafi a friend is saying abemu dear, but you need to really answer this particular thing. Yababa ho na yaba benya ayesa reasons in India for from November 6 downside to 5th December 2025. Afei na ababa wanansa ka na bobo ya. Enye Benz, enye Ford, eya bobo ya. Yentumi amfa ma no. Yebedi ni nyina ho enkomo, but the man is seated. Inti aba bedi enkomo meka engineer Kwabena J. Ejepon, aspiring presidential candidate of the MPP. Watenase, yeba bedi enkomo na afi ahwe de ko ene de ba campaign ni nyina. Of course, ono do Watenase esemede etetare no. National issues that are happening no. And me person okebie me de ye pa. So yebedi enkomo. I mean of course I know say enra no wo the birthday of Yankasa Papa right John Ejekunkufu, and indeed on no Juma ye pa and into no hobby. But ne papa kasa, ne papa akan sembebre afa nanado amambu no any nyama anko ye. Maybe sano honsem na fi ahead ye ko OSP matters just as I said no mente se wakasa de but mpese ne mete de ono so ebeka na miso mehu bi na matie de ekone de ba OSP mente se wakasa wo ho de enti de ne bedi nkomo afa ho because rasam okujetu kra so asan beka bi se former bar association Ghana Bar Association so say eye ora Kiseja bin onko. And then I will look at the 1 year of this government. What is the assessment when it comes to 1 year? But then again, school year, I said that I come so far. What's the results in there by no anko ye? And then the person metie the aspiring presidential candidate on that. Now he calls himself the headmaster of those who have suffered in the MPP. Minim dintia from the headmaster of those who have suffered in the MPP.
Oh, said no the Okoye campaign. Well, Mr. Party for Mbebusa question. Now what ya bread, ya say. And I'm say, so open what bread power will I don't know what bar for it. I age you my ding. If it's a dubo in breast, you be seen a general secretary. Actually, a boss. Can I say them from fear doer? And they are no one in our name. It is a moon almost my bra, my headmaster name. And they can't because
that is interesting.
In politics, you have to add a little bit of humor.
Sure. Yeah, that's it, sir. Your friend, your twin star friend, Waba. He been come on after a year campaign when so far they are calling their banging. But clearly, my man says here with a school sem because school sem they who a year pa. Me sure say okwa proboni na no nya time can kind share the ekoso and all that. What's the result in a buy? The na ya ja to mu say enye papa. Omampenyin ko Doha na nsen akoka se adeno anko yie but of course say eye mfitiase no na enema entumi nko yie ebi so attribute to social media ebi attribute to eye the yamma eye teachers no sa emra no to that power to really deal with students and can send a net no entisa and all the business school structure and ankasa education structure and ankasa nenye. To you, which one do you think is the problem when it comes to Yisuku Sema resource and to say eba?
Ghana ha. Ati eba kwa high. Nse tembia intimi emfa asem NCP enka ho no kre. sa akukudro na yentanya, especially ye technocrats. Ni nyina ka ho na ne ye bedru ba bi e bedru. Ache 1983. A combine after revolution. Bibi by Kwane friend Rollins chain. Man for ama omkum nkaseno tie tudin Rollins chain. It was after that and I buy IMF. Now one of the conditions IMF they attach to our economic recovery program was changing our school system. Me I me dead and say mo studio ha ma kan bi wada many times say onyankopon ye madom na MPP 40 ma seto abama me na Ghana fo shiraso. We have to sit with the stakeholders in the educational system and go back to what we used to know, because yesano near common entrance within 11 12 which inti say we free fear we go secondary school we go from one we are young unyam form habits no bibia we go akotu seniors bi o mo fa boje say or 6 form be the 20 be the 19 be the 18. Those days we go to form 2 e conference pem we free from one court e go from 2 courts sense obokokoko ni nyina na e di training. Say you cannot barge into somebody's presence. Discipline. In that time, memory in the beer, ye inspection. The way I would dress here, teach me I would do the neatest person on campus. Ye beer trunk him, the way I wash his share, won't tarry. It prepares you for life. Decency, civility, respect, discipline. Intermediate school system now on the back of economic recovery, so-called, up to now, you ain't recover. Yes, it's educational system. Meanwhile, the main subject of this GSS said to be able to increase middle-level technicians near day. And also,
yeah, the GSS, you know.
Yes, it's supposed to be labs, practical. Because yeah, conference, woodwork. It is a carpentry, metal work. Nina courses away, technical drawing. So
technical skills.
That's right. Nintini me and no say me because now me person me engineering. So say drawing, design, so. Sa educational system na say no yem pese ka ho no kre admit it just because of politics say PNDC na de buy our NDC intino we find it difficult to admit say it has failed us. Those days we be from 5 no the best 17 and 18 in those days na army police no mo fa officer call obi a we from 5.
Okay,
yes, nipa pit me we from 5 no I full blown man. Because by the time I go 5 years, and son wa be 6 form. Now, person to Asuko University, Wako University. Into the educational system, then you net, and they started say yes, no. May blame academia because the professor Nadine was it Jangma? There are a lot of professors. No munyina mo ho. Who say adi emwa enso ehu any eye service adi a ha Ghana this say obi be president onya tumi na nipa akotwa ne ho ahia de bia metu omodin enablers Ghanaians who enable people to walk the wrong route nipa na ya ade na enye edi eni die behwe nanim ne asre na kase opani bi akemfa ne se yenzi yenkada yodium yes sir sycophancy it has become an industry in this country. Nipa jijin krofoso ema omusei na say na me ko Munianum station back. Was hey, na kwabra wo abusuafo no nko ntokwa nam say den. So dey am say kwa bem wan ko piska. Nam say e kwa bem say ko piska. E kwa bem say e kosun. That orientation na abehye enipa bitrim a ene eyaka enkola na frechiri eba no. We need to have a reorientation, a recalibration. Yense san ya dwen enyi sa suban no emfiri it. Se eno answer san economic recovery program ye no bebre. FinSap, one structural adjustment, SAP 1, SAP 2, SAP 3, HIPIC. Then ni nyina we are where we are because enokrana SED. All what you had mentioned, it boils down to systemic failure. Okay. I headed towards as a country in all facets of our life, because enukredie ayra, ena greed, a man for the efu, ene edi enim. Na mu media no so fourth estate of the realm. Kessben 92. And kamone ese mu gina homa oman no. And so they have been brought along. Depending on which government is in power, near vote to sika chuchiri de near the ama and then Matisse presidency 75 million government spokesperson. How this is can hear day. Say Juman we my ebida. Press secretary to president for 6 years. My chief of staff or that yes. Honorable Kojo Preko. Mumusa no say sikasen no de ma me say me fanye say Juma. Ma nyimu teku say. Because I believe say you should be able to serve with distinction and feel a sense of fulfillment. Yes, sika. O man no yama sika edi enim ti bibia say na yem pese ye beka no kre.
Take your running office no na.
The office now, the office in my running for 6 years. Say nye sika wo de kohihye journalists nin krofo afunu so o mon report favorably mawa. You don't need that much money. Need very little money to run the transport department. Say amoko baby a krofo be di machi num ne ade. E tu kwan na di ifo kwan no nya wo na wo spokesperson wo na chief of staff adwuma. Anyway, and no they just by the by. But education na make am.
Yeah.
E ade a e hadwen. To the extent say Ghana hayete ha ye pe edin sisa ye wo polytechnics eno de e build and sanu adwuma middle level technical labor omo ne be retool ye factories maintaining your factories near roads near bibia. I build a strong maintenance culture for some strange reason. As you your friend at technical universities, one, at the more cost on the public treasury, because instead of a rector, now you have a vice chancellor. Enti Legon obe 80,000, and now a tech obe 80,000 large university. The vice chancellor, any Obiwo, Kufrodia Technical University, they are collecting the same salary. Why? I didn't pay say higher home. Oh man, Musa.
I think one of the issues on raise here has to do, say, you know, my polytechnic, no, I am a university for no at university polytechnic. They almost say, I say, we are not at par. It's, you know, if we also make it a university,
MIT,
it helps.
So
right.
MIT?
Yes, MIT.
Honestly, as I said, the Natural University, Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
Yes,
and so it's one of the best in the world. Yeah, no, there are a lot of technical schools, the world bridge, they are top at their work. Germany, a lot of technical universities. Omudi say, na ene uko the oti political science lecturer from Kumasi Technical University. Now what the political science they compare there? I'm telling you. Ushemiami School Tech. The focus has to be on science and technology.
Yes.
University of Science and Technology. And then they graduate more law students. And just say, we've lost our way as a country. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Okay.
We've completely lost our way.
Okay.
And we need a new type of leadership, dedicated, firm, and strong. Obetime taking the difficult decisions. That is why I was expecting President Mahama. Who there? Where the mills there 6 months? Where the there 4 years? Ghana for some fraud the force and be so. This is the time, the biggest opportunity. Senka, would they be taking the most difficult decision?
And is he not taking that?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I mean,
for the past 1 year, yes, your analysis of the first past 1 year.
He will be remembered for removing the Chief Justice. That is the most significant thing, in my view, he has done. And the judiciary is one of the legs of democracy. The 3 legs of democracy. They go around in circles and in circles. The buck stops at the desk of the president. The idea too, you can say Finim enko. Timi Busa said, Chief Justice, no, or ye dear, a grave enough. Say, Ibejino, or even one. Say, Okoji Sikebino, judgment be uncle ye, and now dear and see flimsy excuses. Oh, into Omano Clinton, was it Clinton? Obama, Nebak Ruman or Casa, let's build strong institutions, not personalities. Say, ye, as politicians. Equayese, we are ye, Miss Muba, may ye be. President Akufo-Addo, remove Electoral Commission.
Yeah, Charlotte.
My auntie said that personally, and I think I even mentioned it. There was no need. A grave against the main focus of the chair of an electoral commission is to run elections. That is your main focus, not procurement. Procurement is a side issue. No crano. Send papa mua, and if there's proper governance structures in this country, electoral commission head, you just may have to sign off with procurement. You would now get involved to the extent, say, assembly bit me about one man for bit me issue. No, it didn't. No. Say, you see a fum kuma, you fum enja. Because, near to about or say declare as president. So, with them, children. Can no grantino, can be buhaka, as a ejim. Nanso so. The politics away you crum ha. And Crawford stridently divided. As a waging opposition, ye tata, we are Tiabapa, dear, Nebinu, Fasu, Yenino, and Faso Bank. And Nona, Akosete, President. We must so Erba, Omokan be Chief Justice. Omokan, and Omanka. Be Chief Justice in the Electoral Commission. So must start the same route now. Oh, one and Crawford generate. Your friend is a petition, sir. Finim. A whole council of state. Nipa 30. Say, Mami Sufaya. And a decent because the intimate cannot cray. Intimate shempedifuanim and council Debbie penny with the enforcer. Just because you are so political, we should forget.
Okay.
Say, President, no, nya appoint to her. Yes, a president na appoint to. Then so you have a duty to the state of Ghana. Not to a political party's whims and caprices.
Okay.
So with them, education, a hard journey.
Okay.
And near me P. Koso, me say the issue of say Ghana Sika, top past papers during your time.
Yeah, Pascal.
I wasn't part of government, but I mean I couldn't even believe it.
You didn't believe it?
Why? Past question. In your time, I said, wow, compare past questions. Now what the I practice? A buying befa, a buying Sika. Say I could talk past questions, say in chairman student. What kind of thing is that? So, a lot of mistakes were made in the past. Nagana had a high and say, you feel say, because of political expediency, they are creating new politicians. Say MPP, I don't know MPP near Menka. There are certain things that there are certain red lines you shouldn't cross because you have to be loyal to your tradition. But a near maybe you are is to me bokoko publicly. And no dear and Chese Unye Patriot. Me tried them at the same studio na metia June 2022. Say na previous post now.
Yes.
Na economy na started, it was beginning to spiral out of control. Na mbetnak sre mampeni. Say media me no kasa Jimidi. The atwam nyina atwam 2015 say me buyer me feel say na hu hia. Nanso so media 1997 na me bow office Kojo Thompson Road. Catch us, we beat me the president. Kwabra, is that so? We defeat Kufuor, we can. I'm saying yes. Me ji wudi nyene. Inti me can't say much rewa ti. Na omo era na economy no. Ombe guen mas. And that's what is.
Is that the same thing? Oh, Papa, right, John Ejekunku for Kanana, because then clearly, and also the name maybe to talk on normal of course, and also Indian the NPP party or.
Share share in the interview. No?
Okay, so, I mean he mentioned most of the things as the cathedral. Nanko musi no him say private afi we are saying afi DD EP ade omuye and no answer dan koye PDS wanti ase da says anema ni nyina baaye I mean oni mame mama sisi a okọ but mame mama so ntie
no don't worry they make can say me no kra me kan wo me say me papa no nim city amete me no kra ba ko I would have expected at the time so case ordinary no too. Not publicly. We are penny. You were the president when you employed all of us. I mean, your press secretary, President Akufo, no, your foreign minister. Nothing stopped you from calling him. Say, Nana. Say. Or friend no ama is different. So to Nufunu Ntia is different. But I think this was a delay or hard drink. So, meaning is no the main thing.
No, obviously no.
I'll call for some personality in the lead up to 87. And media for Odiagra, so until one the media for no, the air sensational and on the trouble thing. Oh, I feel say yes, and maybe you are Uncle Ye. Ese kenipeni biti yasem. I was the first to say, look, writer should stand down, you should do the president a favor. Any lady back on a program, that was in June 2022. Man for so manu di matemwa. Business confidence is very critical in economic management. And to say if you are the manager of the economy, especially for someone who had been a participant, because now you were in that industry, the already the decision to appoint you, it didn't sit well with a lot of people who were your competitors in the economic field. The Ube drew her. Now we are one or two near maybe to say, I mean, the issues of bonds, government bonds, some of companies linked to you were doing the book running. No sign mana. A conflict of interest situation, and people then feel uncomfortable. And once confidence drains with economics, that's it. And you're quantifiable.
Has it hurt the MPP?
Very much so. At that time, now the dollar was 7. The video is still there, right in the studio. The president should act. Now me, I would speak up because I'm a patriot of the MPP. I don't want our chances of victory in 2024 to be endangered. And I spoke up. 6 months down the line, 90 MPs.
Sorry.
I spoke up much earlier. Until me feel said, where we are as a country, we have to learn to critique things. And that's why I expect some people in the NDC to critique President Mahama. The move to remove the Chief Justice, completely unnecessary. It has damaged his legacy.
Really?
Of course.
A stabilizer will see the amount.
You call this CD stable? I don't think we should be spending more than 5 cedis to $1. A country that produces this amount of gold and cocoa.
I mean, gold, looking at gold board, doing all the work.
That was a good move. But it doesn't stop the fact that he has failed to put a stop to the degradation of our water bodies, our forests, and all the things that are happening with illegal mining. Now, Mediana, a hammy, who can be BCC about DC?
Yes. Asante Achemdiano.
Yes.
Quick one after Yanko campaign.
Yes. So, are we saying the chief of staff was not aware? In Ghana, we have to hold people responsible. That's wrong with them, children. And then what really happened? Is it that vehicle on demand, what really happened? Because I don't believe it's quite chifai.
Definitely.
So what happened? Maybe there was some bureaucratic in Ghana. Sika say they brain no they are trauma no. because it was close to the election. By the time you lose it, auntie, near Canabata, na aye bibi Ghana susu one propaganda ni politics. Mami abejina o keke kensemwa sebi emfata. Why winning? You don't have to be outwardly political about it. It doesn't matter so we NDC ni so we MPP ni. Why winning we are there ni dia mawo. Esi edi mawo. So the DC no problems so face here. I'm not going to hold brief.
Sure.
Some of them sure. But yeah, you're careful because it was very close to an election.
I agree.
I'm very clear. Say beer, na in Siho. The beer na fans beer say the brand and all the toddy man. So them sure.
Because our fans na they are called
the same. I make us say the same thing.
Yeah.
So until Ghana hano ye pese BBC san the way you say nipa what I call slash and ban politics. Yen kansen fingu so yen sell yengu enumasi. So, until Nieman Bua, as we are very careful in what we do. What we have to do is, I say, Timidi and Sa, to your Coco Society, Ghana for. We are patriots of our country. Yeah, party crowd, and a very new patriotic party. Yen penny for no junior say, or mine no here. I say, who here? Timidi, I want to be an advocate for what is good for our country. Say, Ghana for be kind there be se miniwa. Politician be by on the non-adjunants or person fighting near the right thing.
That's good.
Say, and no nam soon near better about mamia, me de yamias. Mecano creno, many party for a case, omunim de mecatro. Say to me, no, no, disicachi. No man should ni party trua, na dream about bill, wasum kuno, unim kuna bakosem, into omu bre, to say them casa me, headmaster.
Yeah.
Omu bre, miss my brebi, Timus mamia, me rain feet, mo bre. Na ni hia se me ya mamo ebi beka oman no ne Ghana nyina si yie no eno nti na menam ti na de meda wase se enye easy ye go round yi sikasem ti untimi nhia nipa ni nyina
me beba ho na afie di nkomo no pa
se dodo no team especially Greater Accra
yes
executives amenti nhia on time am call round omuntie me na omun nipa ban am ye na edru 31st no say asio
definitely
go for 2000 soon pabi eba MPP no that's here and on the back of no Japan so that's here we high five na asio aneko high five na asio
yara say engineer Kwabena Japan you know Edin common aspiring presidential candidate of the MPP and Edin common member now for you right deep into any campaign or call a voter region Western North Ahafo or baby I mean I think maybe that this will be the second or third rounds all and all that but you might be this sound communities and Mukaila Jones at the inside Kerry or say special regards to engineer Kwabena Japan. In fact his admissions are deep and worth emulation. No wonder he will surely lead the MPP into victory. So does the NDC ever ponder on the fact that one day the table will turn pending appeal at Supreme Court of Stay of Execution regarding Panda constituency rerun while Parliament notified the EC for a vacant position? John Mahama should know that his hypocrisy will soon be exposed and we shall all see his pretentious act. My appeal to the rank and file of the MPP supporters is to criticize the NDC utterances so far rather than exerting all effort in our internal elections. We, if you're Mukaila Jonas Edia inside Kerry and Odi Ebaye. 37 minutes past the hour of 8 a.m. I keep watching it and it is exciting. It moves me a lot. Na yending komo ye na woso awutie radio 92.9 on obete the echo any the benyina on Facebook Kessben 92.9 woso behu the making yen share adewe na yembra baxis ya.
Continue to do the same things and expect different results. We need a pair of clean hands, a clear mind, a compassionate heart to lead our nation and our party. I, Kwabena Ajayi Japan, stand ready to work with you, ready to unite our ranks, ready to rebuild, ready to restore hope for our party and every Ghanaian.
This is not a dream. And by the grace of God, I have the courage, the competence, the compassion, and the moral fortitude to lead this renewal. All my life, through thick and thin, through some of the very painful moments that redefined the very framework of our democratic journey, I've lived for three things: to understand people, to love people, and to genuinely help people. I've always remained loyal to the elephant, because for me, politics is not about self, it's about our collective welfare. I'm very glad to proclaim that I have an unblemished record. I have good relations with every leader of this party you can think of. I'm the bridge between our founding fathers and the future of our party. You, the delegates, you hold the power to decide whether the NPP rises again as a beacon of hope for Ghana or sinks further into disunity and despair.
Okay, so 39, almost 40 minutes into 8 a.m. Kessben 92.9 so Kessben TV. Engineer, I'm gonna watch that. It motivates me, moves me. I mean, the way I see Kasa, the passion with the Kasa and all that. Campaign Koseng.
Namiadum, Yegusu, Edding. But you know, to say them catch on moving around the country was very stressful. Say delegates no doors. Constituency beat say well constituency woman. I was for central anyway. They have about 1,500 delegates. Say we have good result. We share omunyina.
Kessben 92.9.
Ubia ba wanima. Ya na say opese obo an ne transport kakra. Ahapo de krum na se bia wako ba bi te se Kintampo. Nipa ne be free na fu madru Kintampo. Capital no crowd. Be our travel 40 kilometers. And now come krum drop on so kuma wechire a from place. And sa no be do drop on so. O free o ben atebubu border no so. O ntia na eda no be wankona fu mu pese bibi kakra. A token. You can't pay one more time no more the amount. Nti bia man 100 cedis class over there. O kwa fatu lorry car so na se fatu nsu bi eno mo kwem. We understand say 150,000 no one
yeah, I agree.
Multiply by 270.
That's huge.
It's a huge amount of money. Inti enough but ye guso ye mo be we cannot no credit me an maka ni sika ebinum, but I'm doing my best. Na mo nipa omo jimidie semi politics ehote aboafo a omo boame kwampa so 200 no de ma 300 no de ma kakra kana okekambom na ja onanti na oko nti mako a lot of the regions.
Okay.
Next week hopefully say eko Bono na eko Bono East nanka ye dia to afa northern.
Okay.
Na say etimia ko wie Bolga ne one. But that's over 100 constituencies.
That's huge.
Uboka cry 30,000 and now 40,000 per constituency cry multiply her. Nti enyi sika edafo. Nti ya na ye besre ye party for no. Ebinumo aye a bit, what's the word I'm trying to search for? Say
Kessben 92.9. The Biachi.
Udu ha ekwan bi asunis. Inse say so mo ye ni je de ho ame tie asem a woka no. Hu de odi bo no.
Enu na
omo ya na ehia enye no kre e ba kope. Me ko nyina me tu onfu. Say oman ni dachi. Enye yen o, ti say de me kan no. I see myself as a bridge between the past and now, and as a hope for the future generations. Because me de nyame ehira me. Na me wo time yes ba democracy. Nti ebra Ghana for bre no man bre under military rule 11 years. Yeah, bad democratic government. Yeah, transition in 2000 to Mampeni Kufo ebesine. Enyasem kitwa enti minya opportunity am pese me kan kola na ne o ma ba wiase. Because we share statistics over 65% below the age of 40 years. Tiniema yen ye fa mu no omo ehu bi ese e bom kokko no omo hu se we've walked a very difficult journey into a democracy no ese ekura no se kusua na nse ni memu ye den kakra nkola ni bi ene ku ohun de ka esi wo Benin de esi wo Guinea Bissau de esi wo Togo de wo Burkina Faso de wo Cote d'Ivoire enema bi kukoso nti we should not take our democracy for granted na empenimfo edi anim nso nye kasa keke but by deed enema ye beye is not just by word of mouth nenso so we have to lead by example na yeshishe niema pa na amagana fo ankoje edi ti se de ne dodo no agidi se da brewko aban mu a na politics ne de echese eyedidie obi can say no contribution no chop nti wuko aban mu a ne chese has a chopping mentality maka I want to repeat it here. Sad chopping mentality should be wiped away from our lexicon. And we should know, say, we go into government to serve. Yekoson kutu huache media mayebida. Nyankopon bo ami amampeni kufo bedi president. Mami yene press secretary for close to 6 years. Press secretary, you are the face and the voice of the presidency. Nye juma e da form. Nenso so me kosumwe anti da se me ko chesi aban sase
da bi da
ana me ko sisi apartment
na ko to
fie no ne ade da bi ye ko aban me kura na maye madwuma as civil engineer asimi dan wo is Legon in 1999 enti that time na hoye room nya na ne say because the national security coordinator Mr. Francis Puku me metra cantonments edima ko hwedan am se me next door to GIS and me hu se esi yi kakraka bi o
yes
me si da bi metra de nyankopon e de ama mesam ani fifre e kwan wade enso I had the discipline to wake up every morning man you su motor riders so da ade ba kon ye me tan kra wo Ghana ha se mpanimfo feel so omo de omo nya Ghana fo din se se e benya discipline e be sore na patututu na ya di traffic mu ne hu city Ghana for bre no oda bobe 9 pi ni epie wa
no I'm saying
President of Japan will put a stop to that immediately because mampeni ku for time ono ne vice president pe speaker la jete kra no ni antisa me am boss chief of staff Kojo Preko ono de oba office kwa bu no ono akanka abewura hodin hu se wabapo that humility that we need to show Ghanaians to lead them for them to understand say yes you tighten your belt ye die nim no we tight our belts harder so that the Ghanaian people can have faith in us and endure austerities yes ye nchichiri mu a to say de mehu say yes ye betutu die ye betutu em it was so unholy contracts almost signed in 2014, 2015. And this huge energy debt. It will be over 19 cents for a unit of electricity. The average on West Coast was about 8 or 9. Because you see, doing so abanti prepare. Then so chobo any niema shema yellow do shemo. And no na bedi enimwa ebesi ne eka die so mostly from the energy sector. So on them John. Enti enima bi wo ha me say that's why I think if we are not careful we don't build the country well. On my team all state institutions are being overly politicized. So be wo konfanochi. And I say kolebua how the politics for be. Of course, President, through Article 71, can appoint the head of it. But should exercise that responsibility with caution. So them sure. Appoint you be a doctor for now. Almost a course school, I've been now call medicine. Call medicine. Into pharmacy, nurses. See, these are serious-minded people. I want to appoint somebody to lead them. Somebody who can earn their respect. Very important when presidents are making appointments. As I say, we are seeing everything through political lenses. How or mine? My Canada in 2015, when I was General Secretary, speaking to the NDC Congress, Kumasi, said for the foreseeable future, parties meaning NDC, any MPP, yena yebedi o minus. Inti yesu ni ye ban ye kasa ye. Ende bema Ghana for enye GD wo politics ayim na Kenya nkola no mabeso mo man no. Ne koye insulting match said the ene ye hui. Ene se wano ye ya unkodi atem yese unye politician. I'm totally against that. So timi hu nipa ni bisa wo ye MPP ni me betran TV so. Mpese by the time I'm sorry. Na nkola ni bi edi 16 17 hu akasa papa yi Mama me kwando politics, me kwando MPP. Who the say you have to win souls for the party, not to drive away people with incendiary language, highfalutin language amounting to nothing. So, enti media maker ama yehu say that is what I stand for.
Okay.
And I believe the country is ripe for a new dawn, a new era, a new direction. And I, Kwabna Ajay Japan, I represent that. Na nyama no keke na medeka. This me nya dibia kese da as press secretary to the president. Ma abuse me office. Inti it can be done. Inti sa year say na ko abem na obusuanfo be house we nsi dan wa nyi say. Sa de no ye jim free okra. Na wi ase no unyina. Say manyini kakra. Na hu se beka no we renkon ofi. Mani nyini no mu jam ho a.
And the crap.
Ti mu mrante no mu ntuti mu yenu mu ya asem wo beto. So, enti you really don't need a lot because trebia me borrow me money them and now money mom de tar home susano. No empty. About 3 of the rooms we are living room crown ko, we share TV, I'm ko kitchen, I'm ko bedroom. 3 rooms that we use. Enti
Titi mo ka just want na ho kra.
David me ka the last time. E bro nya be na man ka se me coffee power. Eja o position class obi akra me sa.
Yeah, Mr. But ohine bi krontin hine of veye achim esum nana boedi amponim obo dade the third edin komo bi abrande eye sebi mo amugina ewo eye MPP din mu as aspirants no ofrem sankwas na minim
de na umu no na
minim
I saw him during the 2024 election.
Okay.
Such a human person.
What ye tie no na fe yambra back sia.
Look, the MPP of Darocha, Sakiskek, Victor Usu, Kofi Buzia, Professor Edugwahe, Alajete, J.A. Kufuor, those men of value, those men of integrity are not what we have today. I tell you without mincing words, the 5 people who are contesting, wanting to be flag bearers, are just sankwas compared to those. I call them the sankwas 5. If President Mahama should decide to contest.
Hey, so this is the Ohine I'm talking about.
As the media, Nipasano, Mamo ventilation. Don't give them the power because he's a disgrace to chieftaincy. Umwadi na uni ni dieso na mana ho ne akonya oguni ho kofo anima me royal of Supreme me new penny ne media akonya na nansia no film na
okay
Debra
okay
Kessben 92.9
what sankwasa say media metia menye sankwaso ya teteme mako primary school akonfansepem at the library prefect ako KNUST at that time they friend UST ako civil engineering mewie I me postgraduate wa Bruchere University of Surrey or Guildford in a distinction Many abrofo mitwa won. Ma bo me bra. Aye press secretary to the president. Man famensa ankari. I've worked on big projects. Simtogo, the counterparts of Gasem. Consulting ma Gasem. Ball mill, a water academy company, construct consult. Uko Obuasi. Kwakoto. Tiny Roland Estate, near friend of Precious Field. We were the project engineers. 1993-1995. 150 units senior staff housing delivered within budget and on time. Na ubi now kasa hase me say yes sankwas. Me menye sankwas. This umuni ho a edi ebuye ho. You may have your disagreements, but so we penimu yo hene. Na ubi jina abonten kasa sa de. I think he's not someone who deserves to say. Yeah, campaigning and some more kafa mampeni akufado. Na muse papa emso nintiti. You may disagree with the president, but there are certain words to say they will use to sankwas that you should not use. And that's why I didn't even want to watch it, because I knew it was him.
Okay.
It was minimal the current person who good any masses. And officer yes here no academy. Na onim de besi organa. The obeweni. Enti onyai sa kasa no. And what has that got to do with him? Is he a delegate? Is he a member of the MPP? Victor Usunoni no. Omo mpenifo me no nam nyina. Me no mo nante. Omo bumi. Nti BJ Darocha. The original document a party for sign ye e de koje a provisional license. That book no. Ansa no wo osheda mame copy. Ni memoirs osheda mame copy. Enti wunti megina television so nkase ye sankwas. Me de menye sankwas. So on them nti sa ne ma no ya ye besre mo ma ventilation to such incendiary language. So emfata.
Okay.
And I was so chese o yo hene no. Menyini se ogidi se odi hin papa bi ko be de o ye.
Yeah, say na ofana west to a delegate. From you also be in Ambeko.
Yes, Buno.
All right.
Near Kobuno.
Okay.
No
push you can for. And I say Christmas, and one would know. And then someone you are crying about the straw with him. Go up a home to Cassie and Brand. That's a brilliant one in I'm not. Oh, okay.
Because when you are penny be D2075.
Oh, okay. That's over.
Former secretary to the president.
Oh, okay.
Ambassador DK or say.
Oh, yes.
Secretary 75.
Oh, wonderful. Radiation. So if I was to delegates, then I'll be party
for me campaign. The theme is going back to our roots, MPP. Sa enyemapa eni die ebuo kasapa enuado ene nkambom no. Eno nti na mede me ho asi ho. Na me can say because see Ebeka no cry. Enyina himself for the last few years things were economically tight. So what can debtors change? Emu as they say you join a pension squad no. Yes so you nyina esika kekan. Then so ye party for nti ye fa sa. So then so a yaw bi ebedi ye party for ma over 2.1 million. We should vote Akufo-Addo nyaa in 2020. Any dey ba omi nyaa a difference of over 2.5 million. Iti ye and say Omo now many ankasa omokoto ama NDC. Na che say bufu ho. Nti hia obi a obekanya omo. Ombehu se omo bre no nipa no so onso wa bre te se omo. Onim party no obekai omo. Onim amamu so. And I'm jiri se many the only candidate. Many do one here adwuma. Many Kofo aye adwuma. Many Akufo-Addo aye adwuma. Mesa ne ba omia so aye adwuma. Inti upo bi obeka party na bom sebi onu obie ni asem ye kuemu ene me gidi se mia because ombeka no kra delegates na nim omo platforms no mu nim hita ekoso na nsem betete social media ejitafo ni bi the way omo to money 92.9 this year pe enkabom a na enkoto aba chance esa akosi nkonwa sa afi na EBCC asem there. Mijidi se omusuma obi se Kwabena Jejepo Makanda. I'll be the glue to hold together the party and deliver victory in 2028.
Okay.
In Timesrel, Omuntamechi.
Okay.
Echitapa.
Okay.
Kwampa mafaso dia som party. Mre yawa mafemu amana mechi anchire party no da. Any ejumedi amedidi aboa party. Mre me general secretary. Short 2 years as I said. She shared parliamentary primaries ma one is a pink rat of home. Nucridiem ne kwampaso.
Okay.
Ti ekoto aba inya 169 seats. Sa su ni ban no omon kai se me de o de adwuma hye me sa me ye. Me kai nipa. Masum ku no so. Nti asem kakra me de to omanim ti mi chin nyina. Masem no so far. Baby a mekobia mfiwa calls e ba.
Okay.
Say me kasakra ne bisu because they know. Say me I've given my all to this political tradition and our country Ghana. Ti Nyankopon hira.
Engineer, yes, we that's a pa Nyankopon hira any addition ne knowledge awa Paul ene amayen. I mean it's very deep and you know the nkomaya sometimes we wish we don't stop. I mean people would want to hear more but nyamene hinemrepe no the best bani abedi nkomo. Me that's a pa Engineer Kwabena J.J. you know the nkomo aspiring presidential candidate of the MPP and then the nkomo. Let me read some of your messages now for so good morning please. I really have some love for Mr. Ejepon and surely he will win and lead the party. I also need help from him. I have gained admission so he should help me pay my admission fee. Please tell him for me I'm watching you from Offenso but I don't want to mention my name. No problem. And then somebody also comes in and says please ask Honorable Kwabena Ejepon to get in touch with me. It's agent. I'll say hi Kessben. Okay. Numbers in and then he says hi good morning. I like the man. He is a leader. He speaks very well. His speech is so convincing and good. And then this one says that may God do it for you. You are the best among the candidates and through you Ghana will be better. You're my man since I followed you, sir. This one is Zops from Wa. And then he says that good morning experience host. I really like the man in your studio. I have money, I go sponsor and brutal. On also the Joe Lassie and and then this one says, good morning, Mr. Host. We appreciate Kwabena Ejepon. Excellent delivery. Please, can that so-called Kruntini be called to apologize to the good people of the MPP as a party? Hence, I will equally reply him. From Techiman and there are lots of them that I will read as I move on. Good morning, I'm a guesting from a name Musia. So I listened to Honorable Japan. He's on top of all the aspirants. So my advice to delegates to vote him. If not, they will still be in opposition 2028. There are a lot of text messages that I have to read. I'll look at it, and then this one says that engineer is really impressing us this morning with his words. Delegates, but delegates, no. Yeah, mamo ye papa na mo ye dia mo ye no so ne dia no the ode ba ye no. This one is too harsh for a doctor. But me, I know I'm not reading that those messages. I mean, very wild. I mean, this one says that hi, Kwabena Ejepon was a very wise man. Is a very wise man. These are people we need to be a leader for this country. So on and on. Keep bringing it. I will read all of them for you. Let me read the last one before I move on to what it says that. Please tell engineer to link up with me after the show. Obey why menstrual cry. Honestly, dear, but there's a good dose engineer. Japan, but AAK district has not met him during his campaign, and now he's not coming. Peter Imbrough from AAK district, say kutu, honestly, dear, or they buy, no. 3 minutes into a year 9 a.m. Meeting at the Mansanson for Kojo Preko Dankwah. You have been come for now for your head here cost when it comes to our family cocoa and a year they are Kenya. But diagnostic herbal industry. Some in countries say 1374 a dross could be a bar a bit me a boy a year mojemu na ama enyema etumia kuyama or high blood pressure or high blood sugar or chronic wound or hepatitis B and C, HIV, kidney infections, liver infections, also prostate enlargement, bad breath, also menstrual pains, chronic cough, asthma, chest pain, arthritis, and I feel so in faces and I feel so nine in idea. I'm a pacho T74, Tontina 74. I love the name. You draw from Kwefi diagnostic herbal industry for Haba. Omo ede eboa masane ma mebo so nyina yarwa mebo so nyina no ebetumi akoyi amount pa dia na esese wode eye T74 Tontina 74 eye adwuma na bibia betumi akoyi amount pa o hwehwe omo pa dia yenko na from on 0246 073498 0246 073498 in our face, 050 162 8931 050 162 8931 na one omo ending komo and all pharmacy shops ubenya ebi ewo hono ma ebetumi aboa ye pa nintino yenentem na akope T77 Tontina 77 na yemfanya adwuma na fa bon ho ban fa bi kofie na bibia betumi akoyie amount Jerome Atenase ye ba bedi nkomo ni ahwede ekoso when it comes to ye cocoa and I feel so the cost war within farmers and I feel so the industry in itself no na feel head the eco and none the dear ben na Jerome bibia boko there
Mpacho me announce
ase mi hu wache kakra
Mpacho ani o
Ejumeya Matthias Cocoa board to say
mini medase ma minchia na minchia tie14 na ma menfa nchia kese ni ne die ma Ghana man panyin His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say enrichia na Ghana for the akofuna ne man no afi ba akumu ani na say oye assessment as to afi ba akumu ne nana montio ne modern bo ne kwan awafa so we di ni juma na obeka say or the some decency aba Ghana's presidency ebiono so no a different leadership all together and governance and
Kessben 92.9
and ye monso na wapone pone ni tumi ho kakra na nadaro ma yeti baby no so no the only thing we can do is to act in a way to reflect said they are on the soon in a buying den etie and no nyamisha no na omo ano ewo na binding mini cocoa board there adeba committee me catch on and say yes sounds what that president has say because of nipana or the neba cocoa board Dr. Randy Abe me gina fide so bia me ka say me mo opinion about so because me ne ye adwuma say ne subordinate but me born about so because me nim nia ekoso cocoa board ena me nim dia ye beto yi cocoa board itini say o hwe nia ye say o tan okodu a no ai den no yi ne meka abra cocoa board wo mu sisia no enye brepa na me chiri mu abrenti a adekunti a enye brepa apart from say cocoa board ye beto eka ewo hormone ade no menua ye sanso ye den ewo ahochire mu ankasa sabi so obeto kampo na se wo ye adwuma na se adwuma no mfaso oba se ka na de nso hye obetimi ai den obetimi ate now so no say if say on a daily basis or how wo hia no compound there then it needs obia owa ho fama no wonim die sunku bi in order to turn things around and that is what ura Randy no inua eno ka say open one government ejumoko a distressed pa cocoa board
really
yes open aban ejuma ba kwa financially distressed The reason I make
Cocoa board.
Yeah, the reason I make us once you are surprised. The reason I make us I say Dr. Randy Abbey, as we speak, happens to be the most unfortunate cocoa board chief executive. The most unfortunate cocoa board chief executive. Just say adeswa pa na onono obaye no why then wababa betum adeswa o na me kan adeswa bibi bisa say the cocoa board nyina which is an enviable institution almost everybody be a person here then cocoa board. So why are you saying say opinion it's unfortunate to be a cocoa board and sembe na akeka no in some American on say odwan woma den edoso nti infifrate na onye den hwe koko no ye nton wo Ghana ye ton wa manone enu nti na bribia na ye behu ni say cocoa board anase cocoa sector no ekọ enimu no ejina eye amanone boso ena ebio no nso no ye exchange rate ene as a last year me can say cocoa bono koya could do a terminal price of about $12,000.
Yes.
But today it is around 5,400.
Above form.
Yes. So more than $6,000 a day. If you so just imagine say $6,000 per ton. That's a would they multiply we see Kanawa hampa. How much is it? And again, senkaimpo no amana ne buo no eba fomu a enka yi sika na ho ode no ewo fomu a enka be hu se sika ye hwehwe no ke bitimi ayeden akova kakra. But here is the case in so say yen sika no ayeden amanimu so. In the last year nanka a year 16 cedis or so no wo cocoa board any Bank of Ghana mremu nhihye yi mu no ye ma ye rate of 16 Ghana cedis ene entisa ene wo Bank of Ghana in krata mu no 11.3 Bank of Ghana nhihye mu no 11.3 so almost about 5 cedis a day asanso free no so na niema ne ye yampo na eye hu ene say on as last October ye tokuafo no ebuo ni mu ye use an exchange rate of 11.5.
Yes, mututum yeah.
So an exchange rate of 11.5 ene ye ko use 11.5 no senka cedi no ye even 11.6 na ekire say okokoton a ubenya 1 peso bi ye den ewo so ubenya 1 peso bi wo so as den as emfaso but ene asat enempu na edu 11.3 which means say even from a necra no every sale of cocoa bean biano will lose 20 pesos. But what I say every sale biano ye day will lose 20 pesos. And it even happened just last 2-3 days.
Okay.
Because as at last year, the city was 10.9, 11, 10.8, 11.
Yeah.
And money are there. So a child say, "Kuku kwenini die, was sorting it out. Even when who children was sorting it out. But one ankasana oye jumaku no, oye den, obre. Because apart from Kuku who juma and money are there no, where is Kokubo getting the money from?
Yeah, where are you getting the money from?
And I mean, where is Kokubo getting the money from? And we have made our mind not to go and borrow. Because we are there, what the Canada. Sabe kafro, sabe mpinfon fancheme, enka wo ho, na uzanzu yi inframa. So no. Intino situation na ye wumu sisia as an institution or organization no. Ehiama ubia in terms of management. Oye den, oye good. The last time be me behind you din komo catch say me pulu even krata bi ma hu say even akwantuo bi mo ne ade ne
na scrap
and ye o ko meeting ye ma wo even snacks.
Small chop.
Snacks money I didn't I de. Minya. Ya say papa so ho ahoma so no. Enye nenu mu de o, na emom ne den. Ne ye mu ntia. Oye we nyina se de ebe ya. Ye betimi free ho from eye ekabimu. Eye den. Enam ye so. Share, I will share with you a document, or I'll even give the document to you. Now, why then? What share? So what share? On say where a graph, presentation.
Yes.
Now, unim nina is about the operations of Cocoa Board in terms of transport sector. On say transport sector no, maintenance. Fuel and money, a year order, and it is expensive. It is expensive. Open ye buy before say or buy no. Na Cocoa Board garage. Cocoa Board buy office wa you setting up garage it to me ye a juma be money idea then because you are mechanics.
Okay.
Na sa garage in Impo virtually I dey egu. It was not even operational. So that means
then I can't say no more the coin.
Outside, we outsource it to people.
Ooh.
Some obey then, some obey. And your bonnet, the reason why your bonnet is say, Osha garage na, and your workshop never na, it cannot contain all the pressure that will come. So if say it be quite bontia, can you bonnet, but no cross some money say that garage must work. Inti say a year juma. Na senka 100 cars na de be kwa bontimpo na even yetumi ye 20 or 30 wo hompo na ete wo kana den.
Yes,
ete wo kana so. So in terms of your maintenance expenses no eye den e perform. And the garage or the workshop is working. Share opinion buy, and that's why I say I will share with you. As at October 2014, 2024. Na ofano head office hormone are they operations those kind of stuff in terms of liters no modi juma October 2024 139,801.75 liters of fuel. Now the amount involved was almost 2.1 million. This is about 21 billion. Would say this. About 21 billion. Would say this. About a year, November 2024, 137,907, almost 138,000. About December, ena esuye day, eshain kakraba 118. As at January, February, you buy na abedu 110. April, May, June, July, August, and September. No, adiana almost 140,000. No, and unimia 52,000.
And then assistant,
because of prudence. Because of efficiency, management, papa. So, quantifying in CD terms, you are saving almost $1 million. Almost $1 million Ghana cedis. That is what you are saving. Naminia, Sesabika Fro who save almost about 1 million cedis. What of fuel on maintenance and mine. Inti untimi. What is almost about 10 billion? Sikadadano. Untimi find and she be before from. Enye. Ubetimi.
Yeah.
And san yuma way in because we cannot continue to do the very things ama ene kukubo die day. Edru baby I day.
Edru. Wonderful.
We cannot.
Wonderful.
And that is the kind of leader we have. But it is quite unfortunate to say opinion share basing there. Almost 11 months in office as chief executive of Ghana Cocoa Board. When is around the Unica?
As an official car?
Yes, only be.
I didn't hear.
He is not having because one bet to be.
Oh, Jerome, one to be saying. Now they
one man bet to be.
Former chief executive officer or the
so
car
come to Coco, but one man bet to be. One man bet to car.
Saying
he is not having official vehicle. So or use on one personal vehicle.
But have you traced where the official vehicle is?
Almost about could be a engine.
Mm-hmm.
Engine I say. Car has in his hole. He's not having. And he's not in a rush. 11 months. 11 months or so in office. What's 11 months? So, Kokobo chief executive goes round in his own private vehicle and maintains it himself.
No,
and maintains it himself.
Rounds or the year,
rounds or ye. So as I say, and Hano, because soon anything command, they won't it moon, and then I dream and I say, we want to save a situation. Menogas on my opinion, and the private car, and the personal car no easy. You understand? We want to save a situation. And that situation, no, I will see you're committed.
Okay.
In that regard.
Okay. More message be mama men kind of man afi me bisa me next question. Now this one says that good morning once again, Mr. Host. My plea to Cocoa Board is to bring back pollination of cocoa trees. Thank you, Peter Ambro from Corrado in AAK district. Also there or the Emma say they really want to you people to bring back the pollination of cocoa trees now and but truly so or can it say then I want to ask what truly has improved, I mean, in terms of recognition of the cocoa farmer, I mean, in the country? I mean, what will link it to the cocoa farmer improvement? I mean, in a situation, I mean, we be other cocoa.
In your opinion, first say, Yambutua and Yenda. So, no, Yamutua Yenda. In Jansa, now be answer now bedam. I just say why a day. What but you? So, at every point in time, the most important person and nipa ni hu hia pa wo kokko adwuma ni mu no kokko hwene no enu nti na me chiro mu say even though Cocoa Board pricing no enkoye mayen nanso no hwene ni de wanya den wanya affected even though me metie mi yemu a owura around the yemu a nke bia kokko ye ton 5,000 ye ton say if only say the factors no then support it, he will not think about it twice. So or the then obey. So if say kuku kwani no enye nipa ni hu hia pa ka me gidi say wo ya ho kire brem mpo no nka betin komodi e koso say e wo say kuku kwani no ni sika no ye then yeteso just so to save cocoa industry. Te said dia esi wo Côte d'Ivoire. Because Côte d'Ivoire na situation ya ye wo mu asoman Asia. Eka the next morning no, ni cocoa no why then? What is so? The next morning ni cocoa no why then? What is so? What ono nwene hwe ho. Ono nwene hwe ho. But that is not the case. Aye then. Ye wo mu. That is not. NHE the Farmers Day.
Yes.
NHL. Yes, say Farmers Day. Equiafo Day.
Edda.
A Cocoa Board. Kind of. Obeka say ye discriminatory. Yesem. Ne say yesem ne say. See Farmers Day. But within the Farmers Day no. Yankasa ye yen equiafo no. Esin chen treat you on differently.
Cocoa for
differently. Differently. To the extent say, even near overall national base cocoa, farmer no, enyano. On near cocoa nino, enyano, den, because one, your national base cocoa farmer, or Tios this year, your man of brand new Toyota Hilux.
Was it
brand new tear rubber 2025 model Toyota Hilux double cabin.
And I'm de
any of the man ye national best cuckoo farmer.
Wow.
And ye no kwa. And ye
boya.
Oh, that be minia. And ye no kwa. And ye no kwa na ono no oye den. Unya. Uyi ono anka se free wa. Ye say oba o oye most enterprising cuckoo farmer because on say bema no be successful oba ye den e ka ho and emma wo cuckoo mu no mo mfani agro into most enterprising female cuckoo farmer ono so ye bona baso yen ka so ye oba nti no se be ka fro ya man bi big cycle ye man double cabin mini truck.
Wow.
Double cabin mini truck. Ye wie nso babunu a ono so de ne ho agi kuku mu a eye most promising kuku farmer. Ono so nya mini truck double cabin. Uni say coffee ene share kuku bodase.
Okay.
Coffee ene share.
Okay.
Afie ananfie bebre twemu no. Ye hu ye nkuku akuafo ni wi a omo ne de na ye nhye dan kasa wo mo ho nti omo no sa bubu ya na ye de amomo but afi we wo kuku boda ho kire mu mpo no orarande abe e provide mini double cabin e de momo mi
esida
for sanko
ye farmers day na kuku board eso tumi hwem ye obi beka
yes, for a long time.
No,
but prices no, any award no. I feel we in Puna yede. Akonenimu. To the extent that for the first time, even coffee ne share na to phone puno. Omonso yede enya car. Omenya car a omudidi omujuma. Many I can say ya inwie yo. Omumini wie bia na. E de omokwa amano ne. UK, another European country. So munkusunya kuku hunimtie. No man Samson fanya dem and Samson fambra. So at every point in time biano kuku kweni no because ene se kuku kwiafo no obi aka se meja kuku na sabe ka fo kuku bodan na esi ho no. Ehon fa so ene dem. Ehon fa so ene dem.
Wow.
But in all this, anyone who chirimu nyina no, you need a leader. And Yamin Shira Mampenyini Mahama for bringing that leader that imprimpring Kuku board requires.
Okay.
Okay.
Talking about the cocoa farmers, and before I may call a tontina for any no makudin komabano. When you bought cocoa na farmers now, then the link of Galamsey comes in for me. How is it so far? Cocoa, Galamsey issues, matters, areas, yeah, you do cocoa, areas, you swan, Galamsey, so cocoa. So how is it like now?
Galamsey, dear, a cosway or how, Ediama on my money, and cocoa board, and so I affected. I didn't tell you I affected, and they say, almost baby, cocoa will be no. Ubitimi deposit of gold so sa two most important national commodity we know I say idia prepare but thankfully baako ewo daachi more at the chen baako adekunti ameka ne sanse so hwe koku daachi na se koku mpo udua na se fa ne se yade ka no na wutwa ni nyina obetimi asanso ayeden etua ba gold tu wi a menua yen sanso nyeden enua wa asase na se asa the land is destroyed nothing but we have never said say my yin too good no it has never been the argument of government but the yekan nyina ne say a responsible then mining. And say asase enko say baby akuku afu ye den ewo it will be say kuku afu nie gold mining nie na oman no gina brane na adwuma ewo say e create de ba no atumi aye den e create e de aye den ediaba but no kwasem no ne say saa nneɛma ekosu nyinaa na ɛso bɛyɛ den ɛso betwa because owura rande abe edi koko board anim a ɛnkyɛ koraa yɛde mmara foforɔ bɛyɛ den ɛde bɛba ɛnsaa mmara foforɔ na yɛde bɛba no obi ntimi nhyɛ ne ho ɛnkotu koko ɛnyɛ den engu sɛ me de kɔyɛ mining anampo me kɔyɛ galamsey ɛnya de bɛyɛ den ebesi so all this ɛyɛ nneɛma no ɛyɛ ade a ɛboa to protect ɛyɛ the cocoa industry sɛdeɛ ɛho awɔ mfasoɔ ama yɛn over centuries ago no ɛbɛsan so atena hɔ ɛde ama generations yet unborn a wɔn yɛ den a wɔn ba.
Okay, all right. Meba na fe yabetuan komono because all questions were hapa. Obi di aba quickly say can I ask him if Randy buys his own fuel as well since he's saying that on you swear and then he says good one Mr. Host, the Cocoa Board PR man is not telling us the truth about Cocoa Board. He is just doing PR. In fact, we're looking at him. My name is Nems from Ejuso. And then there are a lot of questions from here. Maybe some when it comes to cocoa. Everybody home come here. 29 minutes past hour of 9 a.m. Young Kona Fiane Tortina 74 T74. Phone coding common and Fiamra back near the Jerome. And bet twice to need in Como and share. A combe fast on Bebuaco, co spraying. And then other matters in never be doing como ewahanum T74. Bibia woko there.
Nyamia don bibia woko.
Tontina 74. Exactly. We didn't the bruta. The bruta. Obia hu ye busan fon ye pen fon hu ye. Diagnostic phobia hu ye kama. Ye ti ye nko Ghana foti.
Yeah. Medasipi Michel anope yi so essential oti fo nyina. And one of the issues we are facing is kidney conditions. Yes, the last time Nameko Kolebu, I went to their nephrology department, baby omoye dialysis, and there are a number of people are kidney failure. Now, kidney is one very important organ. Now, nipediano adia kidney no say. A bois esone mujano so efin every mujanum. Yes, it filters the blood. Yes. It say kidney no a touch ma na just mujano yentimi ensone so yentimi efin film. Now sa efino e kamujanuma it affects the whole body. It shuts the body down. It's not a easy crash so ubi enya kidney failure obetimi ewu. Sebi obetimi efrim. Yes. Now one we are able to mean so abwa this particular condition and I said we would give the body the power it needs to recover itself. Well, and prempi make us say yare party caneno say you need treat yare and say you be treating the whole body, not just the condition. Into herbal medicine, we are treating the individual and not the disease condition. That is one thing herbal medicine you say you treat nipana yare akanono na nye yare no na ye treaty. So Tontina 74 is one of the products ebitimi aye sa ejuma yipa. One of the very good products ebitimi aye sa ejuma yipa. Na emra obi enim say Tontina 74 ban immune boosting there. Tontina 74 edemu number 1. Yes, it boosts the immune system boa with say boni peduano home buying from yare ahoro hono. Little do we talk about its use for kidney na enona and then person make am wasem. So wo kidney condition be ebiana infection Tontina bitimi abo ebian so a wo de na kidney failure maybe at stage 1, stage 2, even stage 3 or stage 4. You see, regardless of the state, Tontina 74 can help. Tontina 74 can help. Emra will call for dialysis. Emra will call for treatment. We'll take wabro for that is fine. Per Tontina 74 as an adjunct treatment. Fa boa we na treatments now was the dano. And then you see a marvelous change because if you boost the immune system, say immunity no strong pardia. What happens is your body is able to heal itself, and that is all that Tontina 74 is there for. besides say ewo ndwaniduro betimi target particular conditions, say diabetes and BP and prostate, particular conditions, say infections. The ultimate and say tontina emau ahoden say ne be a one kasa obetimi ahele wo ho. That's the underlying principle behind tontina 74. Say yema o nipeduan ahoden. So last week I mentioned about HIV. Is that we are empowering your immune system to heal itself. It is uyo be a kidney how maybe it's at the early stages. You are just having infections. Maybe and just what don't tend them. Yeah, hopefully these minor changes. Maybe a ball. That's just the beginning. Maybe also then akoni nimpa, where you are reducing in weight. You've literally reduced the water machine. So get tontina 74. Get tontina 74, and then it will empower your system to take charge. It will empower your system to heal yourself. That is what tontina 74 is for. However, Sewuni Arabia tontina 74 beats me about home buying. You can protect yourself from this kidney condition and make one seminal by taking tontina 74. As I always say, prevention is less costly. Less costly. Say about home buying yeah, scan of film cry a yepa sense obe train ama yarena be cow and so pay and we do. So guard yourself, protect yourself. Get tontina 74. Yes. Na tontina so oko pharmacy shops, oko herbal shops, be obenye bi opedudu oko drug lane obenye bi. Yes. Okanshi drug lane obenye bi oko Ashtown Kolina Kumase obenye bi nso ewo ho. Na ubetimi nso afraid if you have any questions if you are a kidney condition level A to level B, you want to know how you can take tontina to help you, call us on 024 607 3498 024 607 3498. If you call us, say regarding a kidney issue and I say any other condition, because remember, tontina 74 is an ultimate immune booster. It will empower you. Until be your prostate infections, also any offense, I will give you the direction on how to go. But generally, say no 30 mils of hot water. Na fe wodi eduna nkasa 20 mils e dia fa no anom 30 to 1 hour so na we didi anopa any enyumbre. But if your kidney condition is advanced, empower should contact us. Yes, so that we'll tell you how best we can go about it.
T77 74, right? Yada must say mobile pa.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yana tontina 74 Nadine command from diagnostic herbal industry no more Edin command. Jerome, and also it will fear hand maybe some question that has to do with your export earnings. I mean currently how are volumes like, how is it going? But there's a WhatsApp message here for you, or say hello, good morning, please ask the PRO when is cocoa rehabilitation coming. Also ask him about the contract staff who worked with Cocoa Shed for the last 8 years. They are still home. This one is in Kule. He basically says that please ask him what plans are they having for that's contract staff and also a home year partner or the aber Jerome somewhere then I want to move on to the export earnings of the country when it comes to cocoa, the volumes now and all that. Clearly ube to me answer papa ina fe ya twaso from also there
papa na obisa contract staff ne oman omone ched chuma, that is Cocoa Health and Extension Division. No question ne said plans are underway. They would engage them. Na ejuma bia was omo bia no my den. Omo aye. Minia asset export earnings there. Obesha Minister of Finance then a report say I think in August it was around 2.4 billion. By September it went to about 2.56 billion dollars money a honke ka hone ade ni nyina agina prudent management den ekoso. However, the can catch us the setback yenya no a sharp a drop in prices. And no a kuditia the cocoa sector and the cocoa board. Kasa Eden each now. Now, let me tell you this. Let me tell you the honest truth. Say ubenya cocoa no dodo. Na price akofom. Nebi awaboka. Any say unyano ebia dodo mu. Na operational cost ewo form. Na price no ewo through on the international market. Which is which? Because when you say Maakye that say scarcity of a product, and I say adie bi ho kwa atwe ana ehho ye na ebo to me ye dey ekosro. Because ene se brunya but say ya no na nipa bakrum bebre na ka ho ayeden a uni say ehho na den esi ka bo kosro transportation first akosro enye say bia ya to fuel mu ana say bibi say you, but because of say demand no e bro supply no so it will be so more supply no omo ebo ni bi eden e de come because we hear the crown at the same time say di bro nya wi nipa makurum na trotro no sisi ho na nya yi a obi mpotu ha madam kaswa o de tuase na me fanye den and attack o tuase na me fanye den na me fa honko. So that is the situation with yen aye exporting nyoma. So it is a dicey situation. Okay. But whatever be the case, you know, adia ura randia be ne say sabe enye kokoo ne nko na e wo say meton no e wo ne tibi ewu mu. That is the raw state. But ye betimi aye nsachiraye den ewu mu. Chocolate ye den ye de cocoa. Chocolate na cocoa ne de. So which means there's another industry apart from say oton cocoa no raw on the international market. So therefore, I was see ye investment then the processing aspect. Intino in Sri Lanka Yankopon say cocoa board now owns about 80% shares of ACPC. That is cocoa processing company, which means technically we own it. So if say sana it's here there, then na dwene ne say obeye investment then ewo sa company ni mo. Oye investment was sa company ni mo a cocoa obetimi a process no. At least obetimi a channel e mu fa bi ma then alcohol to produce chocolate. Na chocolate no so ya then ya export it e dey call amanfo for so. Say this is Ghana's premium chocolate. Because amount would also be chocolate no ya diluting no. Into be huna cocoa component e wom no e bi o compa 10%, 20%. But Ghana ha ye to make as much as 90%, as much as 70%, 60%. Any idea day a day. Into unya the medicinal component a day. I will chocolate in our way day. So be only say a honor so no ebe mayen additional resources and I say additional revenue. Okay. And also creating employment for a year in Mabunu. Ochina ya around the abbey, any board members no. They would inspect a year Wamco. Okay. A water crowd. Yeah. Now Wamco water crowd no. Cocoa board and so as answer what chefa ye day. Ewu. Cocoa board or chefa ewu. So when you na no eye dwumadie a dwumakuo no led by Ura Randiabe and the board chairman omoye den omoye to make sure say cocoa board becomes very profitable. Na be profitable a ehun fasudie no enye cocoa board staff need na mum kwiani no because chunk of the money goes to eye cocoa kwiani. Afiwe more than 5 billion has been budgeted say that they to fertilizer, agrochemicals, fungicides or insecticides or whatever near the Amakuku Krianino, free of charge. Untua Simpoa and Aseka Prepo. Untua Simpoa and Aseka Prepo. So, in terms of their year to sustain the industry, to make sure, say, a human begina branino, a dear, a year opinion run, there being any management with the support of board, a day.
Okay, so then let me look at this one too before we call it a day. The issue of Obroni babies as a production target for the last crop season. saying.
So the production target for last crop season was around 605,000.
Okay,
around 605,000 metric tons, and now that is what we came to meet. And as we speak, I think we were able to do about 603,000.
About for more.
Oh, way improvement as compared to 23-24. 23-24, no, we did just around 445,000. About 445,000 metric tons. So it is an improvement. A buy. So this year target, the Baba Tuja. We will let everybody know.
Okay. Obi besides spraying, cocoa spraying.
Yes, the cocoa spraying is ongoing. The mass spraying. But near woman in say mass spraying, and yet adia ye no bosumi bia and I said now what we bia.
Okay.
Seasons. I didn't say a whole year. No, we do it about 3 times or so, 3 times or 4 times, and I'm more day or more. So seasons are or more day or more a day. In say bia when who the calendar month more the year, you might think say be a she encourse. No, that is not it. Because we target as a certain farms. We want to deal with maybe a black pot money and honka honey a day. So enya day say it is a wholesale thing. A bribiana, bosumi biana, na watchi biano, a day. A course, no.
Jerome, we cry is almost time, but clearly, then and now the beja a year for cocoa farmers in India, Kenya. Will be say, can you let me know how much we are selling cocoa and how much you are buying from farmers in dollar terms, or let us know percentage terms. Okay, on also there will be some, but we will be doing now from and now your fences is here.
Unim, yes, a fenasino. Yes, I say a bond around $5,040. But you say because of a year exchange rate, it is more than it is almost about 5,000 to almost 5,300. So, a year day a brosa. Na se nipa no pentry mu a makache nipa ne say asat a year 7th October. Ye review a bono. Yes, say exchange rate at 11.5 to the dollar. 11.5 to the dollar. Any idea then? Yade emma aye kuku krienino. But enne even 11.5 nimpono yenye den. Yenu we are doing around 11.3. So which means he say kuku board mum aye den e boka on a regular or daily basis.
Okay.
Aye den ye ton kuku no.
Okay.
In as much as say a higher no, se kuku krieni no, okay. Utimi ko eba, we are fine. Because yenim say, womu nebe boa, ama ye free or how be a yeden. Ye name what you say. They will contribute for Cocoa Board to live or how another swa ye wumu sisiano. So en hayen bebre se bia kwani no enya mfaso akoko bodan yeden enya mfaso no en hayen and the promise ye dey ma yenku kwakuafo ne say de bia no omo no remain the top most in terms of our decision making omo no yen ehiasem nti ade bia ye beye bia ni ya ye besusu bia no kuku kwani no na yeden Idimutintimai, Ejina Kane. And it's your best role, say the collaboration. You know my year to Eneno. Yabeshe Mudeng, Yabeshe Mukena. And I know say Miripomuno. yɛmba no dani owura Randy Abbey besan so ayɛ den ato the whole country and interact it ɛyɛ kukuokuafo said nanu bi na ɔbaayɛ no a omnum benya nkitahodie no den na ayɛ den asesa ana den foforɔ na ayɛ den aba na den ne ebetimi ayɛ den ayɛ to deal with situation bia na ɔmo yɛ den ɔmo na mu so I'm entreating them say they should keep faith ɛwɔ ɛyɛ owura Randy Abbey mu and I know say nyame adom nnwuma pana wayɛ oguso yɛ having the blessings of the president and the backing of the finance minister no menim say dia ɛwɔ sɛ cocoa board enya any cocoa sector no nya no ɛyɛ ade omo benya.
Okay. Well, we crap, but yesterday one of the panel members Bahanom the issue, and I think I saw it on social media to some people flying and out there that Farmers Day now CEO said me coffee for World Cup and all that. It means that sebi need more cocoa farmers, umbu farmers. I mean, this is the first Farmers Day abana fi yeshushe ora doctor na Randy na fi ote friend is saying FIFA World Cup asina. And maybe I don't know whether you saw these things flying around.
I saw some before tagging me name. Enema bi wo ho so oka say owura Randy abandon cocoa farmers
or probably Farmers Day
and Farmers Day na chese one sheda ne opinyi na anye den endi ne ye menua ne dikan Farmers Day ayedi Ghana ha no sebeka fro cocoa board it is never part of our activities. But what I say, it is never part of cocoa board's activity. Enye yen ena ye hwe ho totoye ana enye yen ena ye ka ho asem. Na mum no ye hunu hia ye kuafo na eye cocoa kuafo no ene modern bo a omobo ene the kind of sacrifices no sa dia ye Farmers Day ya yankasa ye best spend sika ne aboye nso ye nkrofo den abaso inti ne say aban bebo kukuku ani abaso ommo na baso yankasa within that day ye be there ye be boy kukuku akuafo den abaso so hunu ye be bom inti ne ya wo se nipa ni bisa ne say wen hunu owura Randy wo ho no na kuafo na eye oso obo ma baso no otimi bo ma baso ana wa mo ma baso se ansa ne se obomo abaso a na woka se wa abandon ni pakro na that means one na anye den enni ni ye so hunu that means one na enni ni ye we na me ko kire mu ba bi ka se owura Randy ko program na se ena ne ye wo se kuafo ni nya ana ni kokko kuafo nya wan fanko ana wanya enne ne se ebia onni ho nanso ne wo se ni kokko kuafo ni nya no o manya mpa aboro saa no ni mienu ne ne he ena ade up but so what I say dia he na den ade up so hunu me ye wedding me wofa wantimi anye den amma wedding yibi na wantimi amma wedding yibi mpo no oma eye ni nua panyini ye den bai me wofa send me sika be 1 billion eye ayefro ka ya yetinami me wofa na ye den ekon henhan bae it is obi gina because so je ne wofa ni po ne wofa say ye wedding krampo je say wa monfa ho meanwhile wedding nankasa na wofa say ne ye no ka obetinemu entale omo be hye ne ade nya wofa yi na de ye den e de bae so hunu nti u kan sa oni wofa ye di ni ye nti ne the Randy Abbey PhD that they are talking about no o making all these provisions and more so this is mere propaganda but I appreciate the sector we find ourselves. It carries a lot of emotions, a lot of sentiments, and then what have you. It is fine.
Okay.
It is fine.
Jerome, you better say me share video no nipa no send and I think say no person will share video ni na fe okwa what me di ho dwuma amomo ntina me person will share but yeah that say obaye ye tun safra obaye and the GD is ye kokokua for and afi so ye kokko ankasa no in as much as prices in above form and all that no mo ho beto mo on be hin ha mo na bibia tumi akoye ye da sepa say ye frɛ wo so obaye ye da say wo check mate wo check out time na 9:53 is the time meeting at the Amansanson for Kojo 47 minutes past the hour of 7 meeting at the Amansanson for Kojo Preko Dankwah. You just join us at Kessben TV. Memo watching Emo Akwaba. Saso and I will join here at 92.9. Me that was it. So do a video at 92.9.
Memo watching Emo Akwaba eba Kessben 92.9 and I so Kessben TV swore. Kessben Maakye sunie meeting at the Amansanson for Kojo Preko Dankwah. And I make a choice say in a day da foforo ewo wabra bom. And until wasora no pay ya boya wo hu awie die. Sorry waka na fa kukudru enante. Nenye GD say eye den a erade ebeye amaw.